Hey everybody, this is a little prelude to the podcast that's coming because there are a few kind of semi-important things to note. First, this was recorded almost a month and a half ago. Unlike usual, the lateness of this video isn't, I don't think, actually due to laziness. We had some audio issues, because basically how we usually pull our podcast together is that we each record our own commentary, and then once we're done, we zip it up and put it in Dropbox or Google Drive so that one person can download everyone else's audio and stitch it all together so that we all have this lovely, raw audio file quality. Usually this isn't a problem, but this time some of the audio that we received was kind of just unusable, so it was lucky that I recorded the entire call as a backup, but there were kind of some issues with that as well, so we were kind of beyond my audio editing scope at that point, so I had to hand that off to Justin, and then Justin was really busy with work and, life, because, damn people that actually have lives. And then, of course, when I got the file back right after that, I lost my internet for a few days, so it's just due to line work being done down the street, but it's back now, and I really do apologize for the lateness of this video, and I also apologize for the decrease in quality because this really is just the Skype call that I recorded, but it's been equalized a little bit, and yeah, nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoy. On to the main show. Hey everybody, welcome to another community roundtable type thing. We've got the usual people here, and plus one. We got Polygoing. Say hi.
Hello.
Justin.
Yo.
And Pokashine.
Konbanwa.
Nice.
Nice.
Hi. Today's roundtable type thing is all about, Bloodborne, the future of the channel, everyone's channels, and just sort of branching out and the more community aspects of doing this thing, would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I would.
So I know we talked for a little while before we did this whole, actual recording thing, and it kind of seemed like a lot of people were kind of on the fence about Bloodborne, and I mean, I'm the only one that's kind of positive on it, so I kind of maybe want to get your guys' opinion, if that's all right.
You go, Polly.
Polly?
I don't want to start. I don't want to start.
You don't want to say, oh no. Yeah, totally. So what I have seen of this game, I mean, it looks phenomenal. Everything I've seen of this game looks so fucking cool and so awesome, and I really, really want to play this game. I'm torn because in looking at other PS4 titles that I'm aware of and that I see and that I can't get on PC, it is the only one. And so I am really going through a little bit of an internal struggle of whether or not I want to pay for a PS3 and pay for this game to play this one game.
PS4.
What did I say?
PS3.
No. We're traveling backwards in time. Yeah, on whether or not I want to pick up a PS4 just for this one game. It is, in stuff that I've seen, stuff on the roadmap, incoming games, it is really the only one that I have an interest in. And I'm really trying to weigh, I'm struggling. I'm really trying to weigh how much I want to play this game, how badly I want to play this game with the price, the cost of actually playing this game. I do not have a PS4 currently. And I would go out and buy it the day before or the day of. It would be, I don't think I would get the special stupid Bloodborne edition of the PS4.
Bloodborne sticker edition.
The sticker edition. The decal, the Bloodborne decal edition. But yeah, dude, I'm struggling a little bit with making this thing happen. And I've been, I'll throw this out there and maybe we can touch on it later too, but that freaks me out a little bit because I mean, I've got primarily a Souls channel. I started out in the beginning saying, "Oh, this is not a Souls channel," and very quickly it became a Souls channel.
I remember that episode where you said it wasn't.
I know, and it wasn't. And I had one episode where I didn't do Souls, and then immediately went back into Souls, and it just, I don't know. I'm scared what that means for me in the channel. But no, but like primarily, it's really just about weighing the cost of playing this game versus how badly you want to play this game. I do the vast majority of my gaming on the PC. That's where my head is at.
Same, yeah.
You know, that's interesting that you
Done, same.
no, you mentioned being scared of the, you know, like for your channel, and you know, I'll second that. I actually am kind of a little bit, because I know, you know, we both know that, you know, people on our channel are hoping for that, and I know a few of mine have mentioned that, and you know, I'm a little not nervous, but you know, a little just not sure on where I'm gonna go. You know, thinking 6 months ahead, 6 months from now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought you'd be really good for this because you're like half a Borderlands channel as well.
Yep.
And I was curious, like what before you started uploading Souls, like what's your like ratio for like how many subscribers you had to how you have now, as far as like people you've got from the Souls community? I mean, were you like moderate or?
I mean, I started when I finished doing Borderlands 2 material, I had about 1.2k, maybe 1.4k. So I've gained approximately I don't know, 400 to 600 from the Soul series.
Then you're good.
Yeah, I think that sounds solid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's really good. Actually, that's more than I was expecting.
You're off the call, dude. Get out of here.
No longer relevant. Quit your bitching. People like you.
Well,
no, that's kick ass for you then. I mean, you got.
It's kind of like dying though, you know. I mean, I don't want to like make this about me, but you know, I've been internally struggling about my channel. Just, you know, this is unrelated to BB, kind of in a way. But I don't know. I kind of see people heading toward Twitch, and maybe not, you know, immediately leaving YouTube, but I just see this massive, you know, people flocking towards Twitch, and I feel like maybe YouTube is, you know, starting maybe on that gradual slowdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, because when I look for Souls content now, because a lot of people aren't uploading it anymore, I mean, that's just how it is.
Sure.
I end up looking for it elsewhere, and the only other place that I can find it really is on Twitch. So you go to Twitch, and you just want to watch people play Souls. You want to watch a normal person, not a god. You don't want to watch a montage. You just want to watch someone playing the game, and you know, occasionally have fun with it. And the only way you can do that is by going to Twitch. And for a lot of people, the only way they can have fun now with playing the game, either Dark Souls or Dark Souls 2, is by playing it on Twitch, because they don't have to think of an idea for a video or build a theme or make a top 10. They don't have to do all this work that, you know, they're worried about. Is their content stale or not? A stream is, you just sit down with someone and they play a game. Doesn't matter if it's the same thing they did yesterday. You know, if you like them and you sit down and you play and you like the atmosphere, then that's all that matters.
And that's exactly why I want to do more Twitch shit.
Yeah.
Because it's more about the viewer interaction than it is like with the actual game you're playing. I mean, Twitch is cool because you can play pretty much anything, but the majority of people are there for you.
You know, I do dig checking stuff out on Twitch. I will say I love YouTube videos more. I like YouTube
So do I.
better than
Same,
Twitch.
same. Definitely.
But I really dig Twitch because it's honest. I don't know what it is. I think I mentioned this not too long ago, but I have gotten so jaded and skeptical with YouTube videos, especially the ones that are showing, featuring how badass you are, because editing is fucking easy and it is. I don't know. That's just
I remember that video of yours where you mentioned that.
Well, and it's just I really like that about Twitch, where it's sort of you can't hide. It's a live stream, and like Hero said, you're just sitting down and playing a game with somebody, and if you get wrecked 3 times out of 4, you see that. Whereas in YouTube, you can edit out the 3 and just keep that 1 out of 4 that you win, and suddenly you look like a MLG.
Yeah, I died 3 times with a Moonlight Butterfly the other day. It was horrible.
Wow. Yeah, and then you quit the stream, dude.
Yeah, I rage quit the stream.
Man, that was so disappointing. I was ready for a stream.
Off. I wasn't mad, but I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it.
Oh my god, I was so sad. It was one of the few times where I had like some time to sit down and just watch gameplay. And Moonlight Butterfly comes along and he's sort of like, "Hello, Justin. Goodbye, Justin." And then you're like, "Fuck this, I'm out." And the stream ended. And like your chat went on for a good, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes afterwards. Like, is he coming back? What's going on?
Nope. I got up from the computer. I fucking left.
Oh
like,
my goodness.
Done. Need a break. That was funny as hell.
But I totally hear you in terms of the move to Twitch versus, the ease of it, being able to sit down and play versus I've got an idea for a video, going out to collect footage that aligns with the idea, editing it all down, and then putting this thing out in sort of a packaged format. Like Twitch is so much more raw. It's so much more real.
Mm-hmm. It's really hard coming up with ideas. It is really difficult coming up with a good video.
Yeah, I don't do it. I'll do like, I don't know. I don't know what I do. I don't know why people watch.
Nobody does, dude. Nobody does.
No. I talk and words come out and they're not relevant to anything. I don't know.
Okay, wait. So we can definitely explore that, but roll it back. We were going around the horn about emotions. Like, what are we gonna do with the PS4? And I think so. Justin / the Visionary, you mentioned. I don't think you mentioned anything. You just agreed. So you're in the same camp in terms of what you're gonna do?
I was agreeing to the fact that you were primarily on PC.
Yeah.
Not to like entirely your sentiments.
Okay.
I would be totally okay with buying Bloodborne, if I already had a PS4. I think it'd be worth it. I think Final Fantasy 15 will eventually come to PC, just like 13 and shit's doing right now. So I'm not too worried about that because I really do want to play Backstreet Boys, the video game. But
it took me a second, but I'm with you.
But I definitely think it's worth the retail price if you already have the console. Especially, I know like a lot of people have like Destiny and stuff on because PS4 is like the preferred platform with how many copies that game sold on that. I know a lot of people already have them, so I can see the draw there for like the majority of players. But I don't want to go on a tangent, but I do have like problems with like what the game does and what it doesn't do, like breaking away in small ways from the Souls formula. And I guess I can summarize. Hero, I'm sorry. No, we talked about it the other day. So I'll just sum it up, or at least one main point. So Bloodborne is essentially Demon Souls without shields. I mean, you get a gun, whatever. They take away your shields. It's supposed to be the speed of Demon Souls without shields. So shields served as a big mechanic to reinforce strategy in the Souls games. Made it feel like an RPG. You had to think. You had to manage stamina. You had to, it was a huge element that reinforced that. It wasn't the only one, clearly, but it was one that you could control to dictate you know, the speed of the combat, and it sort of made it feel like at times you could make it feel like almost like a JRPG. You can turn it into like a turn type thing. Either way, I've always seen it represented as an RPG mechanic as opposed to something like an action game. So they took that away. So Bloodborne is very much an action game to me, and I don't think it stacks up to its competition as an action game. If you look at Devil May Cry,
Interesting. You're throwing it in that lump. Okay.
Yeah. If you look at Devil May Cry, the allure of that game is the ridiculous combos you can do, not dropping juggles, things like that, and being all fancy. If you look at Bayonetta, it's about the fancy aesthetic, how everything's over the top. I don't know, all the combat's really flashy, as well as being a solid game. Bayonetta's kind of I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's super complicated.
It's a very well-made game. It's hard to pick a couple things that it stands for. And if you look at what I'm mostly comparing Bloodborne to is Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden survives, you know, off of, again, solid game mechanics and stuff, but its allure is its difficulty.
Crushing difficulty.
Yeah, something that From is known for with these games. And you know, you have the ridiculous combos in Ninja Gaiden. You have wall running, just being a fucking ninja. You have, you know, all these crazy things that are in that game that have polish, and they have, you know, just, I don't have to explain, you know, Ninja Gaiden to everybody, but and Bloodborne doesn't have that. It doesn't have parkour. It doesn't have ridiculous combos. I mean, it has transforming weapons, which are cool. I don't think it's enough to weigh against what it doesn't have in terms of an action game, because it out of any of the Souls games, it resembles an RPG the least. And that's my whole 2 cents. So I, as well, like, if I had a PS4, I'd buy it because it's probably a good game. But in terms of how it's a Souls game, I don't think it's going to stack up, and it certainly doesn't warrant the $460 it would take to get it. And I had another point.
That's interesting. I think you're the only person I've heard who is not interested in this game as a next installment in Souls-like games.
Well, I remember my next point. It kind of answers that. Souls games have always sort of, well, at least this doesn't. It's not something as like an objective analysis. It's something sort of how it relates to your average fan of the Souls series. Because when Soul series survive off of like their uniqueness, especially with how Miyazaki does all his designs and all his ideas and stuff, they're really like subjectively they're fucking amazing, like the creativity in those games. But they don't do anything objectively stellar, really. I mean level design, I'll give them that, but the graphics aren't insane, the frame rates aren't insane. You know, nothing sort of like spec wise really stands out. So when you have something, let's take like the setting of Bloodborne, just an example. I could do something else, but I know a lot of people might agree. And I think, Hero, you don't like the setting either. But if you don't like that, if you don't like the aesthetic of it, all you're really left with is the mechanics. I mean, when that sort of shimmer doesn't, you know, occur to you, when you don't have that allure visually to something, or when the creativity doesn't resonate with you, all you have is the mechanics. And so I'm looking at the mechanics of an action game, and I'd rather play other action games.
Interesting.
Yeah. Based off what I've seen, I mean, I don't want to be like, you know, someone in the comments being like, "It's not fucking out yet, you faggot." Like, I get it, but like, I'm judging what I see right now, and that's, you know, if I'm wrong, that's good news. So.
Yeah. I do hear what you're saying, but I strongly I think from what I've seen of it, the aesthetic, the Victorian era, you know, black powder weapons, no shields, speed of the game, like everything about the way it feels from watching other people play this game is probably the most I am most excited about that. I think it looks amazing, and the vibe of it is amazing.
I want a goddamn jump button.
But you can run, so you can jump if you hold run and then press another button, and you'll
God damn it, that's not
fly like 2 inches off the ground.
Oh god, that's great.
He's so fucking needy.
I know.
He's pretty needy.
Yeah, that's basically why I didn't want to harp on it, because it would just be me shitting on it. But and I really, like, I don't mean that in, like, sincerely, I don't mean that in an incendiary way. Like, I really do need to, like, contemplate these things, because there's a lot of money, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, that is my, like, pure non-shit talking way of shit talking Bloodborne.
Yeah,
Right.
fail.
But no,
Well-
go ahead. I have no segue.
There's like I haven't seen this come up yet. You know, Polly mentioned, you know, the whole price aspect and justifying that big of a purchase just for one game or one sole game. And you know, Justin's covered, I guess, the mechanics, atmosphere, whatnot, but the real deal breaker so far for me is actually PSN and online fees, monthly online fees. I know they're not much.
That's
But-
a phenomenal point.
It is.
No, I mean it's the principle that they would charge for online play in a game that you already own when I already pay for internet.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's not a huge price. It's not expensive in any way. You know, PSN
Well,
fees are.
I
really
think that's
cheap.
more relevant since you're coming as a PC gamer.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, I already pay for this service to interact with other people online. Why do I need to pay extra for this one game? For this one service?
I think we should totally riff on that. But Hero, what is your take? Where's your head on Bloodborne? Where are you going to step back from the ledge?
Okay. So everything I've seen of Bloodborne so far has made me just want it even more, even though, as was previously mentioned, I hate the Victorian Gothic aesthetic. I don't like it. I've never liked it in any art, and anyone that knows me outside of, you know, this whole YouTube thing will know that I just love looking at art. I have like tons of books, and I have a million bookmarks to go and look at online galleries and favorite artists, and none of it has to do with werewolves and Victorian Gothic shit. And I hate, you know, these primitive guns, and I just don't like any of that. But what I've seen of the monster design and the general horror feel of it, even though I don't like the aesthetic, you know, the architecture and everything, the horror feel and the whole tenseness of it, and it's dark and gritty, and we've got transforming weapons, which is awesome. It's not going to be as varied as, you know, other Souls games, I don't think, if there aren't that many weapons out there. But I think what's really doing it for me is just seeing how the game plays and how it's so much faster than Dark Souls 2, because a lot of the fatigue, I think, with Dark Souls 2 is when I jump back into it. It's not like with Dark Souls 1. When I jump back into Dark Souls 1 and I try and play against someone, I'm like, whoa, everything is running at 250% speed all of a sudden.
Totally.
But when I jump back into Dark Souls 2, it's running at precisely 100% speed. And I'm like, oh, right, this is how fast the game is, and this is as fast as it will ever get for me. And I'm a speed freak, and I love games that require speed and precision, and even though I might not be very good at them, I love them. And it just looks so much faster, so much more precise, even though it only runs at 30 frames per second, which I'm not that happy about. I would have rather they tried to shoot for 720p and 60 FPS, but whatever.
That actually pisses me off because there isn't. I mean, you can implement that. You can. I mean, Final Fantasy 14. You can put it on PS4. There's an option for 720p 60 FPS, and there's an option for 1080p 30 FPS. There's no reason, especially with the budget of Sony, since they're co-developing it, that they can't do the same thing. That's bullshit. But they're trying to market it, you know, as a look at how the game looks, not how it plays necessarily, or it's sort of taking a backseat to it. But go ahead.
But it looks good, and I know that I loved Dark Souls on Xbox 360 for ages, and that had some major frame rate issues for a long time, still does. And it feels weird to actually go to the PC version and turn on 60 frames a second and things are all fast and smooth, and this is real weird. And I don't know, I'm not going to go the route of games running at 30 FPS or 24 FPS are just more cinematic and lovely, but I think that when there's no other option to how a game plays, you can sort of get used to it, if you know what I mean. It is settling, and it is shitty that you have to settle, but I'm not hating that as much as I thought I would. And I mean, I'm probably like, I think I actually am the only one out of all of us that actually has a PS4 currently. And
Sounds like it, yeah.
I pretty much bought that for Bloodborne with knowing that I'll probably play it for a long time if it's half as good as what, you know, the other Souls games have been like, but also the fact that it's got other games that are coming out for it. So I didn't just look to this PS4 as the thing that lets me play Bloodborne. It's the thing that lets me play Bloodborne, but I can also play Final Fantasy 15, I can play Shadows of Mordor without my computer choking up. And that was the other huge thing for me, is because I've got an aging computer with aging graphics cards, and for me to upgrade at this point, I would basically need an entirely new system, and that would be a much bigger investment, like a $1,600 to $2,000 investment, rather than the $600 to $700 investment that the PS4 was, because I'm in Australia, and prices are jacked up like that.
Oh my god.
So,
Wow.
How many dicks did you suck to get $700? Holy shit.
well, I'll say that if it weren't for my birthday and Christmas being in the same month, and also having saved the entire year from all my work, I wouldn't have been getting it.
God damn.
A lot of the aspects with, you know, Bloodborne and PS4 and PSN don't bother me, because I'm also coming from the Xbox 360, which I'll probably be leaving behind. And with the Xbox 360, I always had to pay for live. So I'll basically just be giving up one fee, because I won't be on the 360 anymore, and just putting it towards the PS4. So it's not a drain in that aspect for me. So it made it a lot easier to transition like that.
And to answer your question, 1,400.
What?
What?
Dicks, 1,400.
Was I the only one who got that?
Oh my, dude, that's 50 cents. Yeah.
Yep.
I know, it's half price.
Wow. 50 cents a dick? Hero, you poor thing.
So that's been my I've kind of left behind the financial worry about this, because I've already spent the majority, and I've got money put aside just to go and pick up Bloodborne when it comes out. So all I'm left with right now is the excitement and seeing the character creator and being like, whoa, I want to play this more. I want to play it tomorrow now. I wish there was an event around here that would give you like an alpha build or something, because if I could go to one, I would. I'm so jealous of all those people that just go, oh yeah, I'll go to PAX Prime, I'll go to PAX South, or one of these things. That I'm like, we have PAX Australia, and you know the big thing that we have there? We have like 2 people from a TV show here about video games, and they show up and they sign autographs and stuff, and that's great. But we don't get the big shit like, you know, the Bloodborne alpha demo things.
Oh, so like publishers and stuff don't come out.
Not that much.
Wow.
Not unless
Interesting.
they're Australia based. And it's so
because you guys censor all the damn games.
Man, I want to play Hotline Miami too, so badly. But
that was the big one.
It's fucking okay. That's different. I'm just looking forward to Bloodborne.
Did you hear the developer message? He said, "Fuck it, pirate it." his direct quote. He said, "Fuck it, pirate it then."
Fuck it, pirate it, and also donate $15 anonymously.
Yeah.
He said you can donate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Let's go. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. I agree 100%. And I wonder too, like I'm wondering, is this going to be a situation where I say like, yeah, I'm on the fence about it, and then like day 2, after I've watched all the day 1 people having so much fun, I go out and say like, fuck this. GameStop, here I come, or Amazon, here I come.
Like GameStop, what?
There's one up just up the way.
No, I know, but I boycott them.
Oh, okay. I have no principles, so it's like, yeah, I'll just go pick it up.
That makes sense.
I think we should totally talk. I think we should totally talk about the PSN fees, because that's interesting. I know, like the Xbox side is already like that, right? Like that you've had to pay to play online for Xbox forever, right?
Yes.
And so it's just sort of like Sony is doing that now for the first time.
So,
I think Polly and I don't really come from a subscription-based gaming background. Am I correct?
Yeah,
Because
no.
I got into Final Fantasy 14 for a little bit, but didn't really play it that much. AKA, my subscription ran out, so I kind of quit. But
yeah, I've stayed away from MMOs because I don't like. It's actually for the same reason I don't subscribe to Spotify or Rdio or anything like that. Like I just don't like ongoing subscriptions for that kind of thing. And like being on the PS side of things, PS1, PS2, PS3, and being on the PC side of things, there has never been like a subscription to connect with people. And so now that that's there, and I was never on the Xbox side, and I'm completely ignorant of the Xbox side, like that sucks. I think that might have just made up my mind.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's just this mental block that just we're not used to. I mean, we're not used to paying for service that we already pay for through a different provider for interacting with people on the internet.
Fucking bill.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like, so I think I was talking about a second ago, like doing the math. Like if you buy the PS4 and Bloodborne and nothing else, it ends up being like, if you bought it on day 1, it would end up being about $19 a month, amortized over 2 years that you play the game. And then while that's going, you're also paying what is it, like $16 for PSN, or is it 9?
I thought it was like
how much is it? 6?
6?
It was $5 on PlayStation 3.
Oh, but you didn't need it to connect.
No. I had it for a bit though.
Yeah, I did too. I got some decent games on it. But I mean, so it's just sort of like to shell out the money for this thing up front, and assuming, it's a big assumption that I'm only going to play this one game on the platform and have to maintain a subscription to play online. Like, I mean, that seems like a really daunting cost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It does.
And coming from the previously free to connect online on the PlayStation side, and then on the PC side where you just have servers, like the game publishers maintain these servers so that people can play online and buy DLC or buy weapon packs or whatever it is. But there's I don't know. I like that seems like a significant hurdle, and I had completely spaced on that in terms of the PS4 and the connection. So, and again, I'm totally ignorant of this because I don't have the PS4. So like all the people out there playing Destiny online are also maintaining this subscription to connect?
Yes.
Yeah.
Christ, man.
It's a lot of money for Sony.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, that one fee is really bothering me. I know it's not that much. It's really not that much per month, but it's just, I guess it's principles and just.
Yeah, and if it's less or if it's the same amount as PlayStation Plus was for PS3, again, I'm not entirely sure, but it's still cheaper than an Xbox account. Xbox is like $8 a month, I think.
I am suddenly so sympathetic to all of the Xbox guys out there. Like I'm completely ignorant to this world and this model, in terms of all of the guys who have been paying to connect in Dark Souls, in Dark Souls 2. Like I'm kind of punched in the gut by that. And to all of you guys out there on the Xbox, I suddenly want to say, No, good on you, kids, man.
Good on you for being a corporate bitch.
But you have no choice. It's
Yeah.
it was clearly just a matter of time before this shit came up, because they have. What are you gonna do? Not connect? Not play online in Destiny? Can you play offline
Nope.
in Destiny?
Nope.
And so, like, that seems slimy as fuck to
Yeah.
sell a game at full retail price. And why am I first hearing about this now? God damn, I need to come out from under my rock. But to buy a game at full price and then pay a subscription on top of that because you have no other choice, you have no other means by which to experience this game. Oh my God, I think that just made up my mind.
Wait, so there is no
Welcome.
offline for Destiny, right?
No. Nope.
At all.
No, they treat it like an MMO. So like for the same reason you can't play an MMO offline. Or can you? Maybe some of them, I don't know. Most of them, or at least every single one I've played, you can't.
Not that
Yeah.
I've seen. Wow. Okay. That was a great point to bring up, because I like I said, I had completely spaced on that entire thing. It was just not in mind. And then you mentioned that and it was kind of like, oh my crap. That's right, you do.
You know that.
I mean, I don't know why. I mean, that's a bigger thing for me than even the console price or the price of the game. For some reason, that it's just that principle that, you know, I pay for a service to connect with people online, and why can't I do that for this game when I've been doing it for years and years?
Yeah.
Shit,
And-
this is so funny for me, like personally, because I just came from the Xbox 360 and I've always paid for it. I've paid for it for like 8 fucking years,
Damn.
and everyone, like, I would love it if this PS Plus was free. I'd love if I could play Bloodborne online for free, or my other PS4 games. But at the moment, it's just looking like it's a little bit cheaper than Xbox Live. I'm like, yeah, it's a
You're
discount.
excited
I have
about
to
it,
pay
yeah.
less every month now. Woo.
Buy a pack of gum with that $2, man.
Oh yeah.
Solid.
Dude, that's some nice gum.
Well,
5 gum.
well, like a year of Xbox Live is $80 here, and a year of PlayStation Plus is like $65. So
And I
it's
guess,
like $15 a month.
maybe trying to rationalize,
yeah.
like, I guess it does make sense, right? Because they have to maintain the servers and they have to maintain this and that and the other. And there are business expenses incurred by keeping all this stuff around. But it just, I don't know. I'm not trying to go all, master race with the PC and shit like that. But I mean, it coming from the PS world previous to 4 and coming from the PC world, that really kind of hits me right in the solar plexus. Like, my nerve centers just went off and my body went limp.
Yeah, I think Xbox warrants the money a bit more because they have stabler servers. Their online system just generally works better than PSN. I mean, as far as what do you call it? Xbox 360 to PS3, I don't know like how the PlayStation Network on PS4 is. But if it's relatively the same, I'd say you definitely shouldn't be paying more.
Apparently, it got a lot better.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna
but-
say, I wondered. Okay.
Yeah. But I know on like for 360 games, you can games use the live servers for their for their multiplayer servers. So if that's the case, then their servers are also facilitating, games like being able to play through
Development
that network.
release,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Then that makes sense. If it's not just like talk to your friends and the social network bullshit. Like if games are utilizing the actual Microsoft servers in their games, that's fine. Like I get the monthly stipend, but they don't do that with Sony. So I don't know.
They don't. Wow. Well, I mean, I was about to say, as long as I know that money is being, used in an actual, efficient, effective way, then I may be fine with it. But, let's take an example, Dark Souls 2 and maybe even Dark Souls 1, lag stabs all over
Well,
the
no,
place. And, like, is
that's-
it going to be the same in
That's
Bloodborne?
that's
Like,
From's inability to write netcode, and netcode is the hardest thing to write or to do in game development. Period. Like,
Mhm.
if you're good at writing netcode, go work for NASA because no one can do it. Yeah, that I don't like. I would say like From's ability to write netcode is absolute shit, but
Mhm.
still they could do. You know, like I'm not gonna yell at them for it because it is hard to do, but they do need to step up their game with their fucking netcode.
I've played some
Yeah.
MMOs.
Oh
and
yeah.
they make Demon Souls all the way through the Dark Souls 2 look fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
But like my big thing, and I always raise this argument, like when people talk about like this is gonna go into a whole different tangent. People like having the Souls game up on this like massive pedestal, like these are the greatest games ever made, the epitome of, I don't know.
Challenge and
Yeah,
you will
and
cry your eyes out because you've
Yeah.
died so much and
I point out like the obvious like flaws the games have. I'm like, no, like it goes back to when I always talk about people saying what their favorite game is and what they think the best game is. Like they are not one and the same no matter how they try and make it to
Or
be that.
movies or songs or
Yeah,
bands.
exactly. And I always go, can you imagine if Call of Duty had Souls lag? No one would play it ever. The best connection you can have in the Souls game would be the equivalent of like a 2-bar in a Call of Duty game, 2 to 4 bars. It's horse shit. The things that the player base becomes accustomed to that are just less than mediocrity. It's fucking horrible. I don't know where I was going with that or what got me started on it, but that needs to be said because I hear that shit all the time. Like, that bothers me. Netcode just, I don't know.
well,
There's room for improvement, but I can't expect fucking glory. I guess.
I know it's still early, but I mean, do we have an idea of what we can expect in Bloodborne, or is it just honestly too early?
we don't even know what the PvP properly
What the
looks
PvP
like yet.
Yeah.
It's the thing, like we've seen some of the co-op stuff, but whether that's actual co-op or whether that's like LAN stuff or whether it's 10 to 15 alpha players playing together in all around the building, it's hard to know what
Gotcha.
anything will look like. The co-op stuff looked alright. It looked pretty coherent. No people weren't sliding around all over the floor.
Yeah.
But we don't know what it'll look like yet with Bloodborne. And,
Gotcha.
I'm hoping that people don't slide around because that's the biggest thing with Dark Souls 2. It looks
Right.
fucking odd. Like at least with Dark Souls 1, I went back to Dark Souls 1 and I was surprised that I could see someone actually spinning around instead of just doing like a little wiggle.
Right.
You know that wiggle
Oh.
that you see people do when they're actually fully turning around 360 really fast.
It's too damn much.
Yeah,
You see
too-
that wiggle
too
too
damn
damn much.
And you see that in Dark Souls 1 and they're just walking normally, they're just spinning around, and spinning around doesn't really work in Dark Souls 1 because insta backstabs. But
Right.
I hope things look more coherent, I guess, in Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I think Bloodborne has the best chance to have the best connectivity out of any of the previous Souls games because it's being co-developed by Sony, so it has the most likely chance of getting like really good servers.
Sure.
Wait, has Sony have
if hopefully they use servers, I mean, this would be like a prime opportunity to do so.
True. Instead of P2P, they finally use servers.
Or the servers for matchmaking like Dark Souls 2 had.
Does Sony have a good track record with connectivity, PvP?
I've only played like before Souls. I've only played the Tenchu series and the Otogi series. And Otogi 2 is the best game they've ever made by far. I will say that till the day I die, or until they make a better game. That game is fucking amazing. It's on Xbox 360. If you haven't played it, go buy it. Otogi 2. Otogi 2. See, I don't have much experience. I think what Armored Core is PvP, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have not delved into that pit.
Yeah, I haven't really played any Sony online co-op or PvP games, so I'm just wondering, like, I mean, what's their track record like? I mean, if they are co-developing it, then, can we expect a little better than?
Did you say Sony or from?
Sony.
Sony.
Oh,
Sony.
fuck.
Oh, yeah,
Sony.
Sony.
I was talking about from.
Oh,
Sony.
okay.
Sony. Oh. Well, they made like Sony Online Entertainment is well now they're a separate studio, but as of like last week or something, and they renamed their studio. I think Daybreak Studios is their new thing. But they made all the EverQuest games. They made Champions of Norath, Realms of EverQuest. Oh, so good. They actually have a lot of games. And I know EverQuest being an MMO, I would imagine they have some experience. I don't know how I never got into it, but it's not foreign to them. I can say that much. I don't want to speculate too much, but yeah.
So there's some hope that, I mean, things could improve as far as, connectivity and sliding on the ground and wiggly turns.
Roller skate PvP.
Driving invisible cars and...
fights still only turning into Dragon Ball Z fights.
I'm looking at you, Mocha. Driving those invisible cars, you son of a bitch. So, okay, so let's sort of branch off of this, like... So now I think me and Polly are in the same camp of not getting Bloodborne. Maybe Polly's undecided. You can correct me.
I'm confident in saying I won't be there day one.
Okay.
I'm in the same boat.
Gotcha. So, Hero, you're set as far as the future of your channel. You're ready to go. You're just waiting for March or wherever it comes out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Bloodborne.
Yeah,
then there'll be videos.
So
you feel?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. So you feel pretty confident about that? Like you're kind of Dark Souls 2'd out, and when Bloodborne hits, you feel confidence in this game to sort of give you a shot in the arm and get to making again.
Yeah, for the most part, because the thing with Dark Souls 2 at the moment is that I still like it. I think it's a great game. I just... The only capacity I can play it and talk about it now is like in a stream sort of environment, and I haven't even really been doing that. But in the times that I have done it, it's been a lot more bearable because you can just sit back and play and fight in the arena and get frustrated over lag and what everybody else is using and how you can't play like you used to. And I don't know, I'm looking for Bloodborne so that it'll, like you said, give me a shot in the arm. I'll have something else to play, something that I know already looks really good and I will be able to play for a while. And that at least will give me inspiration to put stuff out on the channel that people are interested in, because, I mean, there's nothing to say that you can't play other games, but there is something to be said for keeping the people that have stuck around with you so far and have subscribed for a certain kind of content. Suddenly putting out a different kind of content, like me putting out like The Binding of Isaac or something like that, even though I'm so deep into that game, like several hundred hours by now, I can't find myself doing it because it feels odd. Like, even though I like the game and I like playing it and I know that there would be a contingent of people that like me for it, I don't feel like that's what my channel, specifically mine, is for at the moment. But I know that, Justin, you've started playing Alice Madness Returns on your channel and all that kind of stuff. Well, and that's really cool to see, because I like you as you play, because you get frustrated and you're like, this is bullshit, I don't like this. Or I like dropping into your streams because you get so fucking angry and then just turn off the stream, apparently.
Quit.
I wasn't there for that one, but nice.
It was short-lived. No, that's kind of what I wanted to get into. So in regards to Hero, you being set I think the sort of blanket statement to lay over like what Bloodborne gives you is it gives you material. I mean, like with I mean, Demon Souls to Dark Souls is kind of blurry. Also, you weren't uploading at that point, but Dark Souls to Dark Souls 2, I mean, it's in the same universe, like pretty much copy and paste like a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that's not, you know, in the face of the game, like insulting or whatever, but Bloodborne has the potential to do a lot of things that are brand new. So it gives you things to figure out. It potentially gives you exactly what you wanted, like things to talk about that you're struggling with in your commentary. So I think at the very least, it will give you that. But I was wondering, I think I'll go like Poka Poly and then me, sort of like a descending from hero down to nope. So Poka, like what? Like if say if you were to get Bloodborne, like what would you do with it? And if you weren't, how does that affect your channel? And what I mean, like what would you do with Bloodborne? Like, because I know you're not a Let's Play guy, and I know you're not sort of a PvP commentary guy, and with the setting of Bloodborne sort of being more serious, I guess we can say.
Yeah.
I think that makes the prospect of your comedy videos a little bit, I don't know.
It does.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it does. Well, I was actually gonna go there too. That's interesting that you mentioned that because, you know, let's say that Hero set on his channel for content because Bloodborne. Where does that leave us? I mean,
that's exactly what I'm guessing.
See you later,
I
losers.
must say,
I mean,
that was a pretty deft segue, dude. Nice job transitioning into that. Well played.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. It means a lot coming from you. The master of segues.
You know, honestly, I don't know. Currently, you know, I did start out a Borderlands 2 channel, and that's kind of why I've started doing Dark Souls 2 and Borderlands 2 crossover videos to kind of, you know, appease both sides, so to speak. But you know, I mean, that can only last for so long. I can't do Dark Souls 2 content forever, and I can't do Borderlands 2 content forever because neither are no longer new. And, you know, people are going to be looking to Bloodborne content when it's released. I mean, it's hype. And people are looking forward to it.
Hyped.
Just
A wee bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I have a boner in anticipation, and I've had it for like the past 2 months.
Oh no, trust me, my PP is going.
Your PP is what?
Is going pew too.
Fantastic.
Oh my god, that was great. So,
but I mean, for the time being, I still got some ideas left that I can do for, you know, crossover videos. But after that, at this point, I'm really not sure.
So you're just in a state of dilemma, I guess. Or less.
I am. I'm thinking a month from now or 2 months from now, what am I going to be doing? And I am in a dilemma. Somewhat. I'm curious. We can go to Polly now. I'm curious what you're thinking, if it's along these lines too or not.
Yeah, what about you, buddy?
Well, thanks, guys. I'm absolutely in that same camp. Like you know, saying I'm not completely saying I'm never gonna play Bloodborne. I may go out, you know, day 2 if this thing just looks so tits. I'm gonna go out and just buy it immediately. There is a probability of that, but in the meantime, like thinking about it in the future, I'm scared. I'm scared what I'm gonna do with the channel because, like, I look at my Steam profile and like the things that I play, and it's like it's Dark Souls and it's Dark Souls 2, but then there's a lot of stuff like the Baldur's Gates. I play a lot of stuff from GOG. I play like the old 90s and early 2000s era RPGs. I play Arcanum, and I play Temple of Elemental Evil, and I play you know, Torment and stuff like that. Septerra Core, I had a recent romp through that I picked up for like 50 cents or something like that on Steam. And it's like these games I fucking love, and I get into them and I play the shit out of them, but they translate terribly to making videos about. Like I was gonna do a Baldur's Gate playthrough and almost certainly not finish. I'd get like, you know, a couple hours into it. But I was gonna do like some Baldur's Gate videos, and I recorded the footage and I played and I did live commentary over the top of it, and then I went back and watched these things and I was like, this is the most boring piece of shit ever. There is no way. I mean, I was interesting, but the gameplay is not. And so it's like one of those things where like the type of games that I play are not the type of games that people enjoy watching people play. I think like the Souls series are the only PvP games I play. I do not play first person shooters. I do not play fighting games. I do not play any of these other games that resonate well with like the YouTube or even the Twitch gaming crowd. And I mean that, you know, just being honest, it's boring as shit. I would not watch a stream. I would not watch a video of somebody playing you know, slow RPGs. And I play a lot of the old Final Fantasies, which don't translate well. And it's just, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm scared. I know I'm fairly confident. This absolutely makes me a bitch that I am going to pick up Scholar of the First Sin on PC. I'm going to just bend over and
really
bite. Yep. And I'm going to bite my bottom lip and I'm going to buy this new version of the game. And then I'm going to play that. And I think I'm going to toggle back and forth with Dark Souls 2 when I'm in the mood for PvP, in terms of like, are more people on the original version or more people on the Scholar of the First Sin version, because it absolutely sucks that there's now this schism in the player base that absolutely blows.
There shouldn't be. I absolutely agree with that. There should not be.
And I know there's talk. I've seen stuff about like, you know, PC players getting a discount if you bought the season pass, or hoping if you bought the season pass, or hoping you got a discount if you bought the first one. But I mean, it's a punch in the gut. It sucks that you have to do this, but I'm gonna do it because I am a fan of this game and I want to keep playing this game. And I probably won't do it right away. I'll probably stick around on the original Dark Souls 2 just to see if people jump ship. But I do want to check out the 3v3 combat, or the 4v2, or the 5v1, or however that ends up being sliced. I think it would be enjoyable to have a, you know, new playthrough of the game in terms of different enemy placements, because it's pretty rote when you run through this stuff now. It's pretty predictable, and you can do a lot of this stuff on autopilot. But I don't know, in terms of content for the channel, I don't know what I'm going to do. And honestly, you know, just continuing to play the little bitch card, I'm scared. Like, I don't know what I'm going to put out.
I completely agree. Like, yeah.
You know what's funny? And it's a shame because I don't think you'd like the game, but Hero, you can correct me if you think differently. I think you'd make a great Binding of Isaac commentator, because you're very similar to Northern Lion in a lot of ways in your style of commentary.
You know what? I never thought of that, but shit, man. You could play that, I think.
Oh, hell yeah.
If you had any interest in it at all. That's the awful thing.
And especially it's a one and done type video making process, because you just do a run and then that's a video. You wouldn't even need to commit to a series.
Maybe I need to give it a shot, because I know a lot of people are just completely enamored with this game.
It's a good game.
The gameplay I don't get it.
I didn't get it till I bought it, dude.
But I haven't played it either, and that's what I hear, is like, it's sort of like, you're not gonna get it until you go out there, and then you're just like pew pew pewing all over the place.
Yeah, no, it took such a long time for me to get into it, like because I played the first one for like 200 hours or something, and the first 30 hours that I played, I was just listening to someone else play it on YouTube. I actually think it was Northern Lion. And I was just playing, dying, and being like, well, this sucks. I'm gonna go do something else, because it's all fucking RNG at the beginning, you know. That's your first instinct when you play the game, is like, oh, I'm getting shitty items. What the fuck is going on? You know, and then you'll have that one run where you get a fantastic item in the first item room, and you make it to the 3rd level, and then you die to something really stupid, and then you start off all over again, and you walk into the next item room going, oh, well, this won't be as bad. I'm feeling refreshed, and that's a shitty item. Okay, I'm gonna go play something else.
I'll definitely give it a shot. And I mean, there's still a ton of stuff that I've picked up on Steam that I want to play. Like I love the shit out of Bastion and never played Transistor, and I need to go play Transistor.
Oh,
and you know,
the
I need
music in Transistor. Oh my god, it's so good.
I mean, these are phenomenal.
Really?
These are they're phenomenal games. I have no doubt of that. But I mean, aside from the Souls series games, I do not play games with other people. I am like a shut-in recluse with the games that I play.
Same.
And so yeah, I'm kind of worried about it. I'm a little worried.
It's okay, Polly. Everything's gonna be all right.
Thank you.
I give it
go
to
ahead.
me, and like I have tons of other games to play. Like my Steam library at the moment, I know this isn't a big number to some people, but I have like 4 games that I play regularly, like Isaac, Dark Souls 2, and like FTL, Faster Than Light. And I've got 245 games in my library. Thank you, Steam sales.
Yeah, totally.
And I want to play so many of these. I have Bastion. I've had it for so long. I've had Transistor for so long, but it's just so hard to work up the motivation to play them, especially in this free time that you've sectioned off from your other free time that you want to that you've already sectioned off to make videos or think about making videos or whatever.
Yeah, I've bought you games. We're gonna play those.
Yeah, are we? All right.
Someday.
And you know, so I've been thinking like I have been thinking about this in terms of like, what am I going to do? Am I just going to, am I just going to bow out altogether because nobody wants to see the games that I'm going to play? But it's sort of like, I wouldn't mind doing like a retro thing. Like I want to go back and play the original fucking Super Mario Brothers. I want to go back and play, the original Legend of Zelda, all in completely legal means, of course. But I mean, like going back and playing some of these games, and I don't know if there's any interest in that, and it's something I probably will try out, but it's sort of like that's where my head is going in terms of what are you going to do that isn't Bloodborne, unless disclaimer, of course, I might go out and immediately buy a PlayStation 4 and pay for the PSN connection and pick up the game and then start playing that, and then all will be well and good. But yeah, I honestly don't know.
Well, people really. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, people really love your commentary, and you have a really nice commentary voice. I mean, I think really any game that you played with clever commentary would, do well, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, I give you your probably more than healthy amount of compliments, but you're probably, sorry, Hero. You're the best commentator out of like any one of us. I could say that
Definitely.
for certain.
No, definitely.
And it's weird because I think like just how you are, dude. Like you have so much personality when you talk. Like I don't hear anyone else talk like you. You're just fun to listen to, and I think more than anyone else here, I think people would probably watch you for you because you're interesting to listen to. Like if I don't know if anyone notices, but I tend to, like, when I'm writing comments, I tend to be, like, more precise and probably use a little weirder specific words than I normally do when I speak. Because I get, when you have the time to text and type, you have the time to revise and think about things before you say them. You have that shit on the ready. You pop out weird, like, not weird, like, uncommon words that, I don't know. You have a manner of speaking that it's really appealing because it's entertaining.
And it's unique, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. That's awesome. You guys, I must say, I was not fishing. I was totally not fishing for this stuff. But I mean, you guys are awesome too. And so it's sort of, I'm not worried about us. Like, I don't worry about you guys. I worry about like me in the same way that it's probably like, you guys are saying, I don't worry about anybody else, but I worry about me. And I don't worry about you and you and you, but I worry about me and for the channel and stuff like that in terms of what you're going to do. But I do appreciate that, dude. Everybody, dudes, thanks.
Honestly, I think you could do any game you wanted to and just do the thing you do with that commentary, and
you should give it a shot at the very least.
Yeah.
I think you'll be surprised.
Yeah, like pick up Mario, do a speed run like that challenge the 5-minute speedrun or something, or just play through it normally and do commentary and see how it goes.
Well, so that's the rub though too. It's like I'm not good at games. I'm terrible. But no, yeah, that's I appreciate it. I hear what you're saying, and I think that's kind of where I'm landing. I think that's the kind of stuff that I would like to start doing. In the absence of Bloodborne, again, disclaimer. I'm like, oh, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where my head is at least with the channel.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So Justin, what about you?
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, what about you?
Well, since nice. Since I am for sure not getting Bloodborne, and I am relatively new to PC gaming, I have all kinds of stuff on my backlog. I've reached the point where I think I'm substantially less enamored with the Souls series, where anything different is automatically a little bit better to me. And now I have like all of these games where I'm just like, I need to play all this shit. I got like a $30 game for $5. How cool is that? Let me play this. I bet it's amazing. And I don't know, like I started, I think, I don't know when you started Poka, but I know I most likely started uploading before anyone else here.
I was like 6 years ago.
You were 6 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck, never mind. I'm 4 years. But I didn't really start in the Souls community. I mean, I think the fourth video I made was the first episode of my Demon Souls thing, but why I started making videos wasn't, like to join the Souls community, or didn't have any ties directly to the community. So I've always I mean, whether or not it's panned out, it clearly hasn't, but I've always intended to just be a gaming channel. And recently I feel like I have like a sublime opportunity to actually do that.
Totally.
And I kind of just want to see how it works, especially since, I do share the worrying about not uploading Souls content and stuff, but then like I go through and yeah, I know like my Alice series isn't like stacking up as much as like my Souls stuff. I didn't expect it to. There's not a whole lot of Alice fans out there as far as like video watching community and stuff.
I thoroughly enjoyed the ones you did though.
Yeah, I'm going back to it, bitches. Don't you doubt me.
Cool.
This isn't a purist guide to,
Oh god.
It's true though.
But no, then I look at like I can always fall back on my Tranquil Walk of Anime stuff, because those actually like surprisingly so people like hearing me talk shit about your favorite anime. So that's really cool, and anime is something I like more than video games, surprisingly. So, I don't know, like I don't want to like use the I have a backup plan kind of thing, but there seems to be a lot of directions I can go now that that I've had the reluctant idea to start doing the Tranquil Walk of Anime, and now I'm on the PC side of things, like hoping to be exclusively PC. The only reason why I'm not right now is because I haven't found someone to buy my PS3 yet. And if you know anyone that wants a GTX 570 graphics card, let me know, because I just bought my 970 today and I need to sell it somewhere.
But you are getting rid of it, dude. That means no more Demon Souls.
No more. I've had. I already sold it, actually. I already sold it. Yeah, I sold all my games. The only games I have. Okay, a little mini tangent here. I still have my Metal Gear Solid 4 Collector's Edition, because I'm never gonna sell that. I still have The Last of Us, because here's some bullshit. So I buy this game from the place I was trying to sell it at months before. So on the back of the game, it doesn't have a barcode. It says not for resale. So someone took this game. It was a used game. Someone took this game, even though they weren't supposed to, because it didn't have a barcode, and I can't sell it back because the fucking moron employee sold this game. Yeah, so I'm stuck with The Last of Us on PS3, and I just
give it away. Do a giveaway or something.
Oh, giveaways.
A giveaway for The Last of Us on PS3. Fucking sweet.
It's not a goddamn diamond mine in some remote island that nobody knows about that's untapped and all that kind of shit. But I mean, it'd be a cool thing.
Yeah, I might.
I have this vision of Justin later on being in his Twitch stream being like, all right guys, get ready, we're doing a giveaway of Orcs Must Die 2. I know that nobody else has this. Hasn't been in like 20 humble bundles in the past 4 months.
It doesn't have to be a thing. Just like make a post or whatnot that says like, hey, anybody want, like, just give it away to be cool. Give it away to earn some karma.
Yeah, no, I probably will.
Yeah.
You want it, Polly?
No.
Okay.
Not even a little bit.
All right.
Oh, side note, that shit is pretty on PS4, I have to say. And
That's what I
it's really pretty. It's in 1080p. It sounds good. It plays good, and it's in 60 FPS. And it's so nice.
Wow.
You can like optionally put the 30 FPS cap back on. You know, if you prefer your gaming to have a more cinematic experience. And I did that, and because I was on like, oh, this doesn't feel too much worse. But it had been like a year since I'd played it on PS3, and I turned it off, and I felt like throwing up. And like, ew.
Quick side note or question. Like, you keep mentioning that more cinematic approach. Like, where does that quote come from? Where
That was the order, right?
That was Ubisoft.
Wasn't that Ubisoft?
Yeah, that was Ubisoft's response to why
is it not 60? Okay.
Yeah, why they're not going to 60 FPS with stuff, and they're putting like 30 frames per second caps on shit. And some of the some people, I don't know the exact story, they were like, oh well, we here at X feel that the gaming experience of this particular game is helped by a more cinematic feel, and we feel that 24 frames per second, which is what we experience in movies, well, 30 frames per second is close to 24, so, you know, it's like a movie. And people love movies.
I thought movies were 29.9. I didn't think movies had been 24 since like TV.
Yeah, movies are still 24.
Wow.
Yeah. It made it about just as much sense as when Ubisoft tried to provide a reason why there were no female characters in the Assassin's Creed multiplayer. It's fucking stupid. Bunch of fucking morons. Or what did they say? Women are hard.
Women are hard to model, even though who was it? One of the devs
the jokes
for one of those
I saw that.
online shooter games were like, we have women models, we just downscale them a little bit, the hitboxes are the same, and they look the same. They're the same, especially when you're in like full body armor and shit.
Yeah.
You know, there's military shooters. There's no reason you should not be able to have a female character in multiplayer, because they take fucking no work, and these people from all these game dev studios have been like, yeah, it's really easy, they just don't do it.
The only valid argument I can accept from that is the mocap, because when you're doing all that parkour shit for Assassin's Creed, women's center of gravity is different to men's, so like if they wanted to get really picky with the animations, like I would accept that argument, and then I'd tear it the fuck down, but I'd let them say it without, you know, whatever.
I would not accept that argument, because as soon as they go, oh, but it's kind of expensive and it wouldn't be realistic, motherfucker, that guy in Assassin's Creed Unity, he can climb up the side of buildings like he's fucking Spider-Man, and not like we're used to, like up flat roofs. He's just like, yeah, no, my fingers are made of fucking adamantium. You know, I'm gonna get to the top of this tower. It doesn't matter if there's anything to grab onto. And when he slides down, he can just like choose to stop halfway. What the fuck is that? That's not physics. That's not anything we're used to on this earth. This man is Kal-El, and he doesn't know.
But just, what is it that spiders have? Like, spiders have little protractions in their appendages that let them grip stuff.
They're fibers.
What are those called? Do those have a name?
Yeah, I'm sure they have a name.
Disgusting is what it's called.
Spider grippy appendages.
Gross.
Spider grippy pad
We're
things.
we're gonna stop talking about spiders now. Just a little PSA for you guys. That's okay. Hero, this is relevant to you. I found out what a goddamn redback is today,
Oh yeah.
and no.
Is that a spider?
Yes. It's like the Australian black widow.
Yeah, except it's
Ooh.
bigger and it's ganglier and
It's
the
meaner.
legs have like more pronounced joints.
Yep.
And it's disgusting and
What's it called?
oh,
A redback.
redback, one word. It's
Are they poisonous or are they just
they're
friendly?
Oh no, they're extremely poisonous.
they're part of the widow family.
Yeah, they're basically the Black Widow. You know how the Black Widows have that hourglass shape on their
Totally.
back. The Redbacks, they have just a single like red like claw mark basically from the back to up to about
They're
3/4 of the way
evil.
through the
Is it the
abdomen.
same? Is it the same type of venom? Like it's necrotic? It just like rots you?
It kills shit real
Oh
fast.
god,
damn.
that's terrible.
And what's great about it is that in Australia they love to hide out in like under toilet covers.
Seas- yeah, totally.
And
Yes.
outside in logs under anything else. Yeah, it's just,
Oh
they're
my
lovely.
God. Black
and we
Widows
get
too. Like
a lot of them.
yeah, Black Widows love like wood piles and
Yep.
stuff like that.
Yep.
And it's just
Yep.
sort of like I'm gonna go make a fight. Ow.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're changing the subject because I am squirming in my seat like a motherfucker.
Why do people live in Australia? Good God, there's like
Oh.
more stuff on Earth that can kill you in Australia.
We live here because we were born here. We don't got any choice, man.
it's like it's an island. We can't leave.
Exactly. It's really far to anywhere else.
That's
All right, sorry. That was a fun little tangent.
no, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
What were we talking about? Please, someone.
Spiders? No. Okay.
Spiders.
Well, I cleared the
Brown-
spiders out
brown
of my shower
recluses.
this morning, so
You
know,
and
we
your
have
stories
Women
about
being hard to
showers?
model. Women being hard
Oh.
to model.
Right.
When,
Okay.
yes.
yes, that's right.
So frames per second. That was linked to The Last of Us. Oh, okay. So that was my whole trying to get rid of my PS3 thing. So.
Hmm.
What are we doing with our channels?
Yeah, well,
It's-
yeah, and I was just saying, like, I think me not getting Bloodborne, in addition to me getting into PC gaming and having a sort of backup, like, videos that I know get, like views in the sense that people, not that I'm like, oh yeah, it's all about the views,
Right.
but in the sense that people watch them.
Yeah.
And are interested.
I do have the Tranquil Walk stuff, so I think this is sort of prime time for
Yeah.
for me to figure out what I want to do.
I was just thinking about your channel in particular, Justin. Is that you've always had kind of this variety mindset about you. You've never really just tried to appeal to one audience. So what's great now is that you have a lot of options, even though it might not feel like it. You have so many ways to go, and you can be optimistic about all this type of stuff, and you can still take off and do your own thing if you find what that is. And you can do it without Bloodborne. You can do it without feeling like you're being torn away from the thing that's made you successful. That I just think that's good about your channel in particular.
It's not jarring. Yeah, you kind of
Yeah,
expect
yeah,
it.
yeah,
you know, you're kind of wondering like, when's the next random ass video going to come out?
Yeah,
That's
no,
cool.
like
Is that what people think?
That's what I think.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I've been paying attention to people who comment on your videos, like the regular commenters that you have, and it seems like they would watch just anything you produce because they want Justin.
Yeah, I am very fortunate. I mean, I've given. I mean, I don't know like how relevant this is, but I think it's something that like I've given my phone number out to subscribers. Like I've been lucky to have. I mean, not a lot of subscribers. Okay, it's been like 2, but I've had some really fucking cool people like the guys that you see that regularly post, and like
Yeah.
it's generally like they don't post. It's like we have an entire conversation every time they choose to comment, and I really I have some awesome people that I do enjoy talking to, like in my comments. Like I post a video and like hope these guys say stuff because they're as much as the channel as I am, because like that's I don't make the videos to hear myself talk. Like if like I make the videos to have people comment and stuff, but when I hear specific voices, people I enjoy talking to, it's like I wish everybody was like as cool as these guys. So I've been I mean that isn't diminishing the other people, but I don't know. I've been
just
really
a social experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And that's great. As much as we tout ourselves as these amazingly antisocial people, like we might not say a word to some people when we go out. Like I know that when I leave the house, if I'm not with someone that I know, I do not speak to anyone unless I buy something.
Yeah.
I do not look. I don't look at anyone. I don't say anything to anyone. I get home, and there's not a lot of people at home anyway. I've gone weekends and like long weekends without talking the entire time. But this doesn't change the fact that when I make YouTube stuff, it's because I want to get in contact with people. It's not because I want people necessarily, watching my stuff. And I'm sure this is true for you guys as well. It's not because I want you to go, oh, look at what I made. It's so that you can have something to talk about and get passionate about. And it's just this amazing pastime. I mean, that's why you make it a pastime, because you find that it's valuable to you in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
It's ideas and thoughts and things that you want to bounce around. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like it's a forum.
It is a form in a lot of ways. Like for me, and let me know if it's the same for you guys too. Like I feel like a lot of the times, like putting out a video and then interacting in the comments is a lot like hanging out with people. You're sort of like just sitting around having a conversation. It's sort of like, well, here's what I think about this. Nah, dude, that's totally fucked, and here's why. And you're like, well, but actually, and it's like it's a discourse. It's really cool.
completely.
That's a good point.
I love it. Yeah. I do take it
Now
a
I'm
step
sad.
further. I do take it a step further outside of YouTube, and I have my personal shields against all human contact. They're my headphones. If I'm out by myself, I have headphones in and volume all the way up on my iPad or iPhone.
Do you have buds, or do you have like full on over the ear? Don't fucking try to talk to me headphones.
I have insert buds, not like the shitty iPhone iPod buds.
Okay.
I've got those too, like those ones that go right into your ear canal, and these aren't the shut up, don't talk to me things. These are the I never knew you were talking to me earphones. Like I've been sitting on the bus sometimes and just listening to stuff, and then I'll get a tap on the shoulder and I'll look to my left and there'll be this little old lady that like looks and like moving her mouth and talking to me, and I pop them out, and I've got long hair too, so I just pop them out and I just say, I have no idea what you just said, and she's like, I've been talking to you for 10 minutes.
I need help. I just got bitten by a redback.
Yeah, exactly. Like you walk down the street, trucks going by, wouldn't know. Absolutely wouldn't know. They're fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah, see, I have the advantage of I buzz my head semi-frequently. I purposely buy my headphones in obnoxious colors so people know that I'm wearing headphones and to not even try. Like my headphones I'm using right now are bright pink. And it's awesome. It's awesome.
Gay?
Oh no, I've had yellow. I do not buy black headphones. I do not buy dark headphones. I need people to know that I do it at work too, because like you guys know, I work in beer distributing, and I go into stores and I fill shelves, I build displays. So I'm like, people always fucking think I work for the store, even though my shirt has my company's name on it, and I'm not wearing anything the other employees are fucking wearing. But they see me, with a hand or the dolly and wheeling out beer and stuff, and they're like, do you work? And I both my headphones in, don't want to talk to anyone. I plug my headphones into my work phone so I can hear, like, that's what I'm listening to music on, so I'm not missing any work calls. Like, this is all I need. I have 12 hours a day, me with headphones, done. Love it. Where did my soda go?
Hero, what are you gonna do?
Sounds like you found it.
What am I gonna do?
Bloodborne.
Well,
Problem solved.
I've got Bloodborne
Oh, yeah.
to fall back on. I've already done. I've done my miles. I've bought the thing. I'm just excited now.
So wait. I mean, we were talking about this in messages. Have you decided what you're gonna do with like content right off the bat? If you're gonna do a blind playthrough, if you're gonna
Yeah, are
wait
you
on
gonna
it.
do a blind playthrough?
No pressure. I know you hadn't decided when we last talked, but do you have any idea?
Probably, actually, because like the thing that I don't like about the blind playthrough that I did for Dark Souls 2 was that I waited so long to just do all the editing, and it was a lot of editing because it was like 70 fucking episodes of the thing. But I didn't actually dislike talking to myself as I played the game for the first time, and I think that's going to be the way I do Bloodborne as well. So that's going to be a fair bit of content, and in the meantime, like, after I finish it and I'm still editing and bringing videos out, there's going to be this lovely period of time where I've got a backlog, so I can prepare other stuff, and like maybe if the PvP has that sort of element to it, you can try and get good, or do those fucking chalice dungeons that they've been talking about, which I kind of imagine to be a little bit. I look at it like the seeded runs that you can do in the Binding of Isaac, where you get this specific code, and this code will spawn the exact same level for everyone that puts in this code to play the game. And you'll get the same items, and everybody can play the same thing, and I'm really looking forward to finding like really hard ones, or ones that are really cool, and because it's like endlessly replayable to an extent, I'd imagine. So that kind of thing, doing like live, brand new Chalice Dungeon playthroughs that nobody else has, just sounds like
that
cool
element
thing.
when they that element when they announced it was like, I'm like, oh, that's really roguelite. And
Yeah.
I instantly I thought the same thing. As far as Binding of Isaac seeded runs go, same exact thing.
Yeah, no, I just thought that, wow, this could be cool. Like not just for me, but for all those people that want to play this game on stream or whatever. Because assuming that it's the same sort of thing, you go in, you get a new, quote unquote seed, and you play the game, and it's just new, and people can experience it, and you can always be surprised, which is something that, as the devs have said in their interviews about the Chalice Dungeons, they've said that they've noticed that people get bored, or they try to drive up the challenge to like insane degrees with the old Demon Souls and Dark Souls 2 as well. But with the Chalice Dungeons, you'll at least have something different to go for if you feel like it.
That would normally I wouldn't endorse this, but this would be amazing for DLC. I think that'd be like the MMO equivalent to a raid, as far as adding in raids for stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool.
Specifically in the Chalice Dungeon?
Yeah, just like extra Chalice Dungeon, if you wanted like $3 or whatever, if they just added like a whole, I mean, depending on how big they are, I don't fucking know.
It adds more randomness.
Or
Yeah.
more randomness, or like a group of I don't know, like new assets to use, or new bosses that appear in those, or have the chance to.
Or like a
that'd
boss
be really
rush
cool.
type thing as well. That could be cool.
That
like,
would be.
just like boss to boss to boss to boss on the same health bar with the same amount of healing items. I don't know. I know it sounds a bit gamey and arcadey, but so is the concept of a completely randomizing Chalice Dungeon in the first place. If they're opening their eyes to this sort of thing and sharing your seeds essentially with other players as well, you can do races. There's all types of things that you can do socially with this roguelite type element in Bloodborne, which I'm really excited for. And I just think that's mainly what's going to keep Bloodborne going for longer than Dark Souls 2 has had its run.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately Dark Souls 2, it is its own game, but it was like DLC in the way that it came out, people were excited that there were new stuff, you had to learn a new way to play the game, but it was basically all the same in concept as Dark Souls 1, so people got tired of it a lot faster.
It was an expand alone.
Exactly.
Oh, interesting. That's a good coin. Did you make that up?
No,
Did you
Total
just
Biscuit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, totally. Because
You're talking about Gat out of
you're
Hell.
absolutely right. It was different enough to intrigue you out of the gate.
Oh, yeah.
And not different enough to keep you enthralled as long as the original. Yeah, good call. Wow.
I mean, I kind of did the same thing with Demon Souls. I know this might sound heretical, but as someone that came to the series just when it was Dark Souls, and I didn't know Demon Souls existed, when I put that much time into Dark Souls first, and then I went all the way back to Demon Souls, I've only spent like 100 hours in Demon Souls. Because I got tired of it
You
faster. Because those all those things in Demon Souls I'd experienced in Dark Souls already, and it was interesting because it was new. There were new spells, magics. I had all these bosses to play around with, and I did my challenge runs, and I had some of the PvP experience. But after that, I was like, yeah, well, no one's even watching anyone play this anymore, and I don't really feel like playing it anymore. So I guess I'll just play Dark Souls 2, which has exactly the same thing going on now. It's kind of petering off because people are so excited for Bloodborne.
Well, I think the timeline's really important to consider there as far as like Demon Souls being the first one. I think Dark Souls 2 was sort of destined to die early or have that symptom that Demon Souls has now.
I know what you mean. Like this is completely my subjective experience because I came in at a weird time. For me, Demon Souls felt like weird DLC as much as Dark Souls 2 did.
Yeah,
because this was the thing that I experienced first. But I know with you guys, it'd be like, well, Dark Souls was kind of Demon Souls plus 1. And Dark Souls 2 was even more of that, and you're just sort of getting tired of it faster. And I get that.
Poka, did you play Demon Souls? Souls?
I delved in it.
Okay.
I did a little bit more than that.
Did you feel similar to Hero? Like, was it sort of like, did you start at Dark Souls and then go back to Demon Souls?
Exactly. Yeah, I started with Dark Souls and went back to Demon Souls.
Okay.
So yeah,
Polygoing on the same boat then, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was resonating with what Hero was saying. It it had that feel.
Cool.
Paulie, you went Demon to Dark, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you, buddy.
And Demons was super deep into Dark Souls too.
Oh.
Dark Souls TOO.
Yeah. Okay. I fucking don't get me started. Love Demon Souls.
All right.
Alright, cool.
It's amazing.
All right, so you guys think we can just about wrap it up? I mean, we talked bullshit for ages, so... I mean,
we could probably keep going if you didn't stop us.
Yeah, like we could keep going for fucking ages about anything.
Thanks for buzzkilling.
I mean, like in between, in the couple like little drink breaks that we've had, we've kind of like talked about fucking spiders, and that's great because Justin's a little girl.
No, spiders was unfortunately on the video. We just did a little recap just now. But,
and someone linked a picture.
There was someone. There may have been some linkage. Oh my god.
I know, who was that anyway?
It was
I don't know, Pokashine.
Fuck that guy.
So like we each have our own direction to go, kind of like in mind at least, of what we want to do at least until Bloodborne, or in the cases of Justin and Poka, I mean, you guys might not even do anything with it, so you guys have your paths, do you think?
Yeah, for a month or two. Yep.
That's great.
what's the plan?
And what might that path be?
Yeah. Give me something.
Yep, I'm good.
What's coming in the immediate future? What can people expect to see? Because this is going on Hero's channel. Why should people go from hero to you, man? Sell yourself. You're a product now. Work with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Pressure. Holy crap. Let my head explode for a moment, please.
Love it when you talk dirty.
Ooh, stroke that boner.
Oh my god. Fucking Polly.
Oh.
Yeah. 3 beers, like it does it.
So what?
So, yeah, just more. I'm going to start doing more Borderlands 2 crossovers with not only Dark Souls, but different games too. Just trying to, produce funny shit.
That's sweet.
I really like your approach because when everyone else tries to do that, they normally go the cosplay route. And
Exactly.
your stuff goes beyond that little simple like, oh, this is clever. Not to discredit that, but it's like it shows how creative that is. It's really cool.
I mean, I like to think that no one's done that before. That that crossover stuff that I've done.
To my knowledge, no.
I haven't seen it anywhere. So
No.
You know what I really like about it too is like the it seems so random and on the fly. Like I'm thinking of recent videos with like the claptrap video that was the crossover, and it's just sort of, I imagine there was not a plan there, and you just happened to invade somebody named Claptrap, and it was like, oh my god, could it be?
exactly.
And it just stemmed into this thing. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's exactly how it happens, though. I just
That's
just
organic inspiration, man.
Organic inspiration. Good call.
Sweet. Ooh, that's sexy.
So Polly, what are you doing? Because I know you just did something, but there's how long? Like 40 something days, 49 days until Bloodborne?
49 until Bloodborne. So I am experiencing a little bit of a second wind, like I mentioned with Dark Souls 2. So I do have a couple of ideas for videos. Like there's a couple things that I do still want to talk about with that. I hesitate to bring it up because I know I brought it up in the past. And it's sort of like on all of these videos, it's like, I really want to go back and finish whatever series. But there are some series that I'm going to leave unnamed that I would really like to go back and finish. And it's one of those things where I feel like I need to do it for me, even if it's no longer relevant, even if it's no longer like a thing. Like I have never come remotely fucking close to finishing a series, like not even close. And I feel like it's one of those things where I just need to sit down, buck up, and it's a great timing too, because actually, so like with Dark Souls 1, which may or may not be the game that this particular series occurs in, happens to I recently switched it over to Steam, and I did not bother to transfer my save files. And so I'm basically starting from scratch with Dark Souls, and I've got one character that I used for the goofy little song that I did, but then like the
which was amazing, by the way. I listened to it about 5 or 6 times.
Thank you.
It's fucking awesome.
I might make that available as a download just to like grab. I have no idea who would want it, but it's like,
nice.
if you want it without the thing, it's like, maybe I'll throw that out there. But yeah, I find myself needing to perhaps build a character from scratch. And I think that might be a good opportunity.
I think that may be a good idea.
Do you?
I feel like it might be popular, and if you were to suddenly stop updating it, that people might get a little testy.
I would not blame.
And maybe
those
a little
people.
sarcastic and snarky later on.
I
too.
would not blame those people in the slightest.
I mean, there might be people that like bring it up all the time and give you shit for it that you could, silence potentially.
Well, I mean, those people are just dicks. But I mean, the people that got the people that got snarky about it, they're in the right. They're absolutely right. You gotta finish that which ye doth start. I have no idea where the old English came from. But
Wow.
the other and then the other thing I was thinking about doing is maybe joining forces with Justin. I'm thinking about getting rid of my PS3, and one of the big things that is keeping me anchored there is Demon Souls. So I might have one last little go round with Demon Souls. I might do some stuff with that as well. These are not commitments. These are not commitments. These are just things I'm thinking of.
Write a love letter in video form to Demon Souls.
Perhaps.
That'd be a good idea. Demon Souls always deserves the love.
Justin,
Again, these are not commitments.
what are you doing, and what might we be doing as well?
Oh, teaser.
Me? What?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Extraordinary.
I am. I'm gonna finish Alice. Madness Returns,
Sweet.
which I have to thank Poka for showing me that game in his video. I never knew it looked as cool as it did.
Oh yeah. Oh god, it's amazing.
It's oh god, the aesthetic in that game. I can't get over it. Like every time I see it, I fucking love it. What do you call it? So yeah, I am gonna finish that. I do have a couple Tranquil Walk of Anime topics I want to tackle. I'm probably not gonna do the Sword Art Online 2 one because I really just don't feel like making fun of that game for 30 minutes or making fun of that show for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But I will rip on Gen Urobuchi's ass for being a shitty writer for probably more than 30 minutes. Yeah, and then yeah, I don't know. I like doing the podcast style stuff, just kind of like talking. I struggle with like talking about shit relevant to the game because I don't know, like no matter what I'm playing, whether or not it's the first time, I'm in autopilot mode. Like I don't pride myself on being like a skilled player at anything. I just kind of play shit to play shit. So I'm not really thinking like, what's the most strategic thing to do here? And like, I can't really provide relevant commentary. It's kind of like, this is what I did today. This is funny. And then like the reaction noises and stuff that, you know, happen whether I want them to or not.
But that's cool. That's what we were talking about earlier in terms of like just the experience of posting a video and just like hanging out with people. It's sort of like, yeah, let's just play a game together.
Well, yeah. And that's kind of where I started off. Cause like, just a quick mention of what we were talking about before with the me not being like starting out in the Souls community. I mean, when I first like got into YouTube like as a viewer, and what led me to start making videos wasn't, you know, like focused commentary on stuff. It was, you know, old school scene anners talking about like bullshit on life, and a Moody Swede doing live commentary while playing Call of Duty 4. It was way more casual stuff. I never really now I can appreciate like Total Biscuit's one of my favorite YouTubers, and I can appreciate like the structured stuff like that, but I don't I mean that's obviously critique. It's not like relevant to like while you're playing, so it's a little bit different, but either way, like I'm much more free floating with the commentary and stuff. So I think I'm just gonna sort of play it by ear. As far as like, I know I'm gonna finish Alice. I know I'm gonna do Tranquil Walk of Anime. I do have an itch to play a lot of Dark Souls 1 because I just got the ultimate cheat engine table. And yeah, I've been doing some crazy stuff with weapons. It has the Gravelord mod on it. It has the depression mode on it. I can make body parts invisible. I can, and I have the debug mode. Thank you,
Oh,
Oh god,
And,
that's gotta be sore.
and yeah, and,
No, it's not sore. It's a victory.
yeah, and Hero, when you were talking about Dark Souls 1 being 250% compared to Dark Souls 2, I literally turned it up to 250%, and it was hilarious. you run so fast. Oh my god.
Vroom.
Oh my god. Just a side note, just speaking of running, like having gone back to Dark Souls 1 fairly recently, you can run for goddamn ever. Like your stamina lasts forever.
Dude, Demon Souls. Go back to Demon Souls. You're a
Even
NASCAR
better.
driver.
Yeah. So level 1, you can run right from the first Archstone in Boletarian Palace all the way through to like where you knock the fucking like you dodge out of the way of the first boulder. You can just keep running
To get the Bastard Sword? Good lord.
Yep.
Oh, that's holy crap.
It's
Two, just like your stamina depletes like
I
crazy.
know, man.
yeah. You can't run for ages in that. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But that's what's coming to the channel on my end. And I do want to do some like random bullshit streams. I'm hesitant on what to play because I've been into two games. I've been into Insurgency, which is like a military simulator, first-person shooter type thing. Which
Yep.
yeah. And then I've been into Aura Kingdom, which is an anime MMO.
I don't know that one.
It's amazing. It's a free MMO. It's anime MMO. And then I'm playing a lot of Borderlands 2, actually.
I noticed. Good.
I noticed that too.
Something with that.
Yeah.
Oh, side note: Borderlands 3 was announced.
Was it?
Ooh.
Oh, and they don't have what's his dipshit writing it anymore? Anthony
Yeah,
Bird.
Anthony Birch. Yep, it's gone.
Thank God. No more memes. The memes are zipped again.
Yep. Thank God.
So,
Thank all the ice cream.
so all right, yeah, that's it for me. What a hero. This is
What you doing?
Well, for the future of the channel, I was thinking of maybe bringing Mahjong Pretty Girl Battle to the channel. I've seen it on Steam, and it just looks so deep and complex. And
I almost bought that game.
oh, Justin, no.
Oh my god. We can't even see the rails anymore.
but seriously, I'll probably be doing a lot more streaming on Twitch of Dark Souls 2, at least until Bloodborne comes out. And then I'll probably be ramping YouTube more into gear. I don't know if I have too much planned for YouTube. In the meantime, I might do 1 or 2 commentaries maybe. But apart from that, I'm not a montage guy. I can't really do a live playthrough type thing because with the Scholar of the First Sin thing, it's not enough of an addition to justify anything.
Fair enough.
And I would rather just play on stream and have some fun there, and live out Dark Souls 2's dying days until I come back to Scholar of the First Sin, when it's all remixed and shit, and I'm fighting dragons and Hades and all that nonsense.
And Hade Knights actually in Hade.
Oh no,
Yes.
I have something else for YouTube planned. We have something else planned for YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Probably gonna end up doing Dark Souls 1 co-op with Justin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With the crazy fucking mobs you just mentioned? Or mods?
I don't
sorry.
know.
Aggression. I don't like the idea of the aggression mod. I think it's ridiculous, but
Kermit Gravelord.
we're gonna do Gravelord. I'm demanding it.
All right,
snap.
all right, we'll do that then.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun. All right, so we about done?
Yeah, let's get the fuck
Yep.
out of here.
let's go. All right, thank you.
Can I go home?
Yes, you can. Of course, with here with us we have Justin and Polly. If you're not subscribed to either of them somehow, then please do go subscribe to them. They both have amazing content. Polly especially, Justin. And also on the show for the first time we have Pokashine. He's amazing
Yay.
too. He's funny. Please do go check out his channel. He hasn't been on one of these before, so please do go check him out. And thank you for coming.
Yeah, dude, thanks for hosting.
Yeah.
Been great.
Right.
For a second, I thought you were saying thank you for coming to the viewers. I was like,
No.
are you gonna say something?
Thank you for
now?
coming, Pokashine.
Oh,
Good to have you.
Oh, I missed that as well.
Welcome, Jester.
welcome, Jester.
All right.
Prostration.
See you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.